Hey everybody, it's good to be back. Let's get started on another topic. Let's talk a little bit about emergency response protocols. Now, it's a well-known fact that just about every major institution has emergency protocols that systematically guide its members or employees through a disaster scenario. For instance, let's take our public schools. Whenever there's a fire drill, the teacher immediately grabs the packet of emergency instructions, usually located by the front door, and then leads the students outside to a pre-designated safe area. Now, no matter how well trained the school teachers are, and no matter how well trained the administration and staff are, emergency response protocols must still be written out and placed in full public view. It's the law. It just makes solid sense to post a detailed list of procedures for others to access in time of need. And it really shouldn't be any different for preppers. Taking the time now to think up a list of procedures for all potential emergencies is one way to ensure that no matter what happens, the protocols for survival are clearly established, posted, and most importantly of all, adhered to by everyone in our families. More than this, ERPs, or emergency response protocols, send a clear message to your loved ones that survival is always achievable, even when we sometimes forget what to do next. Now, as some of you may know, my wife works at a very high-tech government facility where every year, literally thousands of scientists from all over the world come to conduct their experiments. As you might imagine, the security as well as the safety measures in this place are very stringent. In fact, you'll find that in every corridor, every conference room, every laboratory, even in the snack bars, there are emergency response protocols posted. In the event that something goes wrong, the lab lists detailed procedures to follow. Everybody knows where to go, everybody knows his or her responsibilities, and more importantly, everyone is on the same page. Now, if ERPs can enhance the safety and preparedness of government facilities, then it stands to reason that your own family unit can more than likely benefit from having a well-formulated plan of action as well. In fact, there's absolutely no reason why not. Now, using a template from a friend's work site, I designed my own emergency response protocols to use with my own family. Let's take a look at how I did this. First, I designed a front page that listed all the important numbers we would need during any given emergency. It's nothing elaborate, it's just guided by common sense. For instance, on my front page I have the following numbers: fire, police, crime reporting, the National Poison Control Center, the 24-hour PG&E number to report an electrical outage, and the 24-hour PG&E number to receive outage information in our area, the 24-hour Kaiser Hospital advice nurse, and the VA Hospital's advice nurse as well. I also keep numbers to both my wife's work as well as my own work site. I also have my father-in-law's cell number, my mother and father's cell numbers, and the cell number of a very trusted friend. Now, with these numbers alone, my family members stand a very good chance of potentially reaching a helping hand, not only during a WROL, but as you can see, during all garden variety disasters. But what if my cell phone is out of juice or I misplace it altogether? Not a problem, because I keep a fully charged cell phone right here just for minor emergencies. Not WROL, just minor emergencies that may require my family to make a quick phone call for assistance. As you can see here, I printed this out on cardstock, obviously for durability. I then cut it out. This will make the face of what will eventually be cascading pages that each contain different topics. Okay, let's go on to each potential disaster scenario. Now, bear in mind, you'll need to take care to limit these protocols, as you don't want to end up with an entire doctoral dissertation on each and every topic. That would be defeating the definitional design of a protocol altogether. Protocols are rather intended to be ingested very quickly and at a glance, so reduce your procedural descriptions to short bullet points. I decided to go with the following topics: accidents involving injuries, breaking and entering, earthquake, fire, evacuation with a vehicle, disaster related, and finally WROL. Now, which scenarios you plan for are entirely contingent upon 1, your survival ideology, and 2, your geographical region. What I show you here works for my family. It may not work for yours. Therefore, I strongly encourage you to draft your own contingencies, ones that make sense for you. Now, in the interest of time, I'm not going to go over all these protocols, but only 2 of them. I will, however, provide a link in the description bar where you can download each and every one of these Microsoft Word document templates. Once downloaded, you can then edit the procedural details to fit your own liking. Also, keep in mind that these protocols should obviously be written in a manner where members of your own family can easily read and understand them. Okay, now under the topic of earthquake, I've detailed the following list of procedures. Number 1, if indoors, remain indoors, away from glass. Duck and cover under a table or beneath a door frame. Number 2, if outside, avoid buildings, trees, and overhead wires. Seek and or remain in open outside areas after the shaking has ceased. Number 3, check water, gas, and electric service lines. If you smell gas, immediately shut off the main gas valve. Number 4, procure SF Medic bag and render first aid and assistance as needed to family members. Number 5, call 911 to report any severe emergencies. Number 6, as soon as possible, assemble family and team room until situation is stabilized. Number 7, with SF Medic bag, primary first responder will render first aid and assistance to surrounding neighbors if needed. Follow-up procedures. Number 1, anticipate aftershocks and prepare accordingly. Number 2, keep abreast of situational updates via radio and TV. Number 3, when safe, thoroughly check both home and surrounding areas for structural damage. And finally, number 4, report any municipal damage to city. Now, I'm reading all this so you can get an idea for the brief format of an emergency-based protocol. You have to keep it simple and you have to keep it brief. Remember, all this is going to have to fit on a 4x6 card. You also may have noticed these vinyl sleeves here. I designed these cards where the most critical procedural information was placed on them and then the cards themselves into these sleeves. I've also triplicated the cards so that at all times there are always 3 cards that can be accessed by family or team members. Now, this card system is optional, but to me it's absolutely vital because if I'm treating an injured victim, for example, the card system allows me to take the vital information with me to the site of injury and gives me and others a checklist to follow. Now, if all 3 cards have been taken, the procedural information is still printed onto the page itself and fully viewable under the vinyl sleeve. Okay, let's move on to the last topic, WROL, bugging in. Number 1, we'll begin with physical training followed by daily morning briefs in which we'll discuss and post intelligence, work shifts, and passwords. Number 2, doors and gates remain locked and secured at all times. Number 3, assign password for re-entry and change daily. Number 4, security cameras are monitored 24 hours daily, assign 4-hour shifts. In-house armed protocols. Pistols are holstered at all times. AR-15 rifles are stationed at the ready. Plate carriers and chest rigs are stationed at the ready, and magazines are loaded with defensive rounds. Local travel protocols. Always log a travel report, which will include 1, destination, 2, primary and alternate routes, 3, estimated round-trip transit time, and 4, primary and alternate radio frequencies. 6, always travel in an armed pair team. At the very least, one will have a pistol and the other an AR or AK or any other variant. Number 7, always vary routes both to and from any and all destinations. Number 8, team will remain in intermittent contact with home location while en route, reporting time and location at 5-minute intervals. Upon return, there should always be a short debriefing and the intelligence database should be updated accordingly. What about compromised travel protocols? Okay, if unable to establish contact with a paired travel team beyond 10 minutes, assume an operational compromise. Number 2, immediately contact secondary networks and issue a SITREP. Number 3, when necessary, request support from nearby secondary networks. Number 4, maintain heightened alert status on home base perimeter as well as on any operational field positions. And how about team recovery protocols? Well, you should dispatch a recovery team to the location of last known transmission. Number 2, now if the recovery is successful, inform and update all secondary network sectors accordingly. Number 3, if the recovery is unsuccessful, inform and update all secondary network sectors accordingly as well. Number 4, if necessary, second in charge will assume command of home base operations. Now, as I said before, these are only suggestive options. You can and should revise these to fit your particular situation. But you get the overall idea. Whatever your plans, all preppers should have their procedures listed out so as to consolidate and commit to an overall operational blueprint. This way, everyone is on the same page, everyone knows his or her responsibilities, and if there is any doubt at all team members know where to access the information. This can also assist with home emergency drills and likewise can encourage family members to become proficient in them. So take the time now to devise a list of procedures for all potential emergencies. This way, no matter what happens, the protocols for survival are clearly established, posted, and most importantly of all, consistently adhered to by all family and team members. Okay, that's it for now. This is Analytical Survival saying, stay safe, my brothers and sisters. Number 3, check water, gas, and electric service lines. If you smell gas, immediately shut off the main gas valve. If you smell gas... immediately shut off your main gas valve.